Want to make a cute Valentine's Day gift that's totally free, fun to build, and beginner friendly? These little lovebirds are made from scrap wood using a printable pattern you can grab for free from my blog, and they're the perfect project for your scroll saw or bandsaw. I love simple builds like these because it just comes together fast, it looks adorable, and it teaches you some really useful cutting and finishing techniques. So best of all, you can download the pattern for free and follow along. Hi, I'm Jen with Woodcraft Blueprints. I teach fun and profitable woodworking projects. Check out the membership for lots of projects that you can start building today. Now, before we get started, head to my website, woodcraftblueprint.com. I'll put the link in the description and search for bird, and you'll find this free pattern. It's called the bandsaw bird. Why? Because it's like a super easy, great bandsaw project for starters. Today I'm going to use a scroll saw, but either one works great. Anything that can cut curves. So today you'll need your pattern, a scroll saw or bandsaw, and also some 1x4 pine wood. So use up some scrap wood today. What's perfect are these birds fit perfectly on a 1x4. And then you also need some nails and some paint. I printed this off on cardstock, so I'm just going to cut it out to get the tracer. I'm going to modify this just a little bit because these birds are going to be sitting on our base later. So what I'm going to do is fold down and edge the bottom there so that I have a flat edge on the bottom instead of this rounded one. Just get that fold there. I'll just hook that on the bottom and trace this out. When you are cutting these out, try to avoid like knots. We want the base piece to be about 14 inches. So the two birds together are about 13 inches. So I'm gonna cut one at 14. So just make some quick, and this can be adjusted. I mean, we're using scrap wood, so. All right, I'm gonna cut these out on the scroll saw here. I have a number 7 blade in for this. To keep these points sharp, what I like to do is go off of the board instead of trying to turn. I like to go off and then come back in. This is a really nice, fun pattern because it's got sweeping curves and those sharp points. So just a little bit of, using your skills. Got our 2 lovebirds cut out. Now I need to sand all of these pieces. I'm just going to use an orbital sander. I really need to sand the marker off, all the edges, faces, corners. Now we're ready to paint. I'm going to paint the birds white and the base layer red. I'm going to paint stain. So basically I'm going to take a baby wipe. I just get these at the dollar store. And I'm going to apply the paint with the baby wipe. What that does is the baby wipe waters down the paint. So it's like a translucent finish that I really just love. This white is actually a semi-gloss white. You can use any finish that you want. If you like projects like these, you will love the Woodcraft Blueprints membership. I have a whole library of beginner-friendly projects that are fun to build and make, and I design them in mind for those who want to sell their woodworking projects. There's step-by-step videos, cut lists, supply lists, printed instructions, and SVG files. Plus, a community of 2,000 makers, monthly live Q&As, and I also do all kinds of fun bonuses throughout the year. The thing about paint staining that's fun is you can go darker or lighter. If you just want more, like less opaque, just add more paint. Add another coat to it if you want. I'll do the same thing for the red base. This red that I'm using is called Brick Dust. Now we're ready to attach the birds to the base, and you want to make sure that the birds are centered. I'm going to use this 1x4 as a spacer to set the birds on while I attach them. I'm going to put screws in up through the bottom. They're 1 and 1.5 inches long, GRK trim head screws. We'll need the screw to hit at, it's about 1 7/8. So I'm going to mark on this board 1 7/8, 1 7/8, 1 7/8, 1 7/8. I did one earlier, trying to eyeball it, and I didn't hit the bird center enough, so the wood started cracking. So I quickly stopped, backed out, and remeasured. Make sure these are centered. And I want them to be touching or just about touching. So screws in from the bottom, we'll have that base there. Perfect. Now we're ready to decorate them a little bit more. First thing I want to do is give them some little eyes, just to give them a little bit of personality. Really close there. Just to give me an idea, you can use a Posca pen. I'm just using a permanent marker, just black. So some eyes. Now I'm also going to stamp some words on because I just think it'd be really cute to put Lovebirds on here. So I'm going to use these stamps. I got this at Hobby Lobby, and also this ink. It's waterproof permanent ink, and this is in the color red. I actually bought this for like a Christmas project. So I'm going to get these letters laid out. L-O-V-E. I just have this 2x4 under here for support, so it's just easier to do. Stamps on there to spell out Lovebirds. I just absolutely love that. Super good technique if you don't have a stencil maker. Now I'm going to add one little final touch just because I happen to have these laser cutout hearts on hand. I'm just going to attach it somewhere onto here, and I'll just staple it on the end there. I'm going to get my brad nailer. And And there we have our cute and adorable, easy scrapwood Valentine's project. I hope you enjoyed this. And remember that free pattern is on woodcraftblueprint.com. I'd love to see if you made some.